Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We're just going to jump straight into it. Is your relationship a trauma dumping experience? Is it one-sided? Is there a person in your life who is dumping, literally dumping their trash, their drama, all of their stuff onto you, and you can't do the same for them? All right, venting is a little bit different because venting, we can vent to each other. It's not prolonged. It doesn't put any type of anxiety or strife on the other person. It's just the person. It's just someone telling us their experience. And sometimes they'll even ask, can I vent to you about something? And they're getting their emotions out. They're getting their feelings out. Venting is totally different from that trauma dumping. Now, that trauma dumping is going to leave you, the trauma dumpee, the person who is listening to the crap, is going to leave you confused or feeling drained, or even sometimes feeling ashamed, like, should I take this person's side? Or you might feel like you are in the situation and you have absolutely you have absolutely nothing to do with it. But sometimes those trauma dumpers, people that like to trauma dump on you and put their issues onto you, it's almost like they insinuate that you have to pick a side, or they're insinuating and encouraging you to egg them on, and they want to be right. Usually they don't give you a chance to even give your opinion because they're living in the pain, they're living in the moment, and they want to be about that drama. So they're just looking for someone to dump or release everything that they want to say on. Now, sometimes they may do it because they feel like you're a good listener. Sometimes they may be dumping on you because no one else will listen, or they have tired out all of the people around them who have been listening to them all along, and maybe those people have expressed that, they're tired, or they don't know what else to say, or what do you want me to do? And so now they're finding you a new victim. You're going to see me looking down in my notes as well. Okay, so we cover, is your relationship a trauma dumping experience? So ask yourself that. Ask yourself if there are people in your life who you feel like it's a one-sided relationship and they're always telling you their problems. They don't take any of your advice or, take heed to any of your feedback. And you start to feel exhausted. You start to feel drained because it's like, why do you keep talking about this, but you're doing nothing? What is the point of telling me? And you're not trying to solve the problem. Now, maybe if you're direct, you may say that. But if you're not a really straightforward person, you may be thinking that, but yet you're sitting on the phone just listening, or you're sitting in their face just listening, and it gets tiring. It's a one-sided thing, that trauma dumping. If you do find yourself in a relationship with, y'all see that fly? If you do find yourself in a relationship with someone like that, it's time to be straightforward with them and or limit contact. And here's why. Trauma dumping is causing you stress. Stress causes wrinkles. Protect your skin. Protect your peace. Do not let anyone put their mess on you unwillingly. Friendships and relationships, we help each other out. Someone tells you something, you give them a solution. If they don't want to take your solution, that's fine. Okay, move along. All right? They've already expressed to you what's going on. But if you have someone who every time you talk to them, they don't let you get a word in because they're using you to get one off. Just get their dumping off. You are the one who is listening to all of it. You're taking it in. And then they even may take your because you're listening to it, so you're saying They may take that as you're in agreement with them, and you may not even be in agreement with that person. Okay, it's a heavy load. It's a heavy load to bear. So limit contact. Let them know, be direct. Okay, yeah, maybe you need to talk to someone. And this is why people seek therapy or seek life coaching, because sometimes, it's just too much to bear for your friends and family. They don't want to hear it, and they give you solutions and you don't take any solutions. So if you are the trauma dumper and you're listening to this, please get a life coach. Please get a therapist. Please get someone who can listen, who is trained to listen to you and give you some type of workable solutions, because your friends and family may be tired. All right. Venting is one thing. Trauma dumping is a totally different thing, because venting is short. Trauma dumping is prolonged. Sometimes that trauma dumping is going to make you feel overwhelmed, and it's going to make you feel burdened because you know what's going on. You're taking it in, especially if you're an empath. You're taking it on, and now you mad, and you don't know why you mad. You could have been having a great day, and by the time you get off the phone with certain people or get from around certain people, it's like your day is jacked all the way up. Why? Because they put that energy on you. They put their energy on you. And it's sort of like a manipulation in a way, because they're trying to manipulate you to get into it with them. And it may have nothing to do with you. So we have to be careful. When I say protect your peace, I mean, there's lots of ways to protect your peace, but distancing and limiting contact with a trauma dumper is one. That's one way that you can protect your peace, because sometimes it can take a toll on you. Being the listener can take a toll on you. All right, especially if the person is not giving you a chance to express yourself, and they're not giving you a chance to give feedback. And one really important thing I want you to take note is to see if someone is trauma dumping on you. Okay, you're done talking about the situation, you've listened and everything, and then you try to change the subject, or you may even try to talk about something that you got going on, and they always bring it back. It's almost like they just have a one-track mind, and you start to realize, this is why you're talking to me. I'm just the person that you're expressing this same subject to. Like, I'm so much more than that. We have other things to talk about. We have other things to discuss. Okay, I'm not your dumping ground. All right, I'm not that. So that's one of the ways that you can discover or kind of see whether a person is using you. It's a using you to dump on. All right, so you always want to test the spirit anyway. So that's kind of like a test. Like, see if when you change the subject, or if you've, listened to the person and you've taken it all in, and they won't give you a chance to say your piece. They won't give you a chance to give feedback. Sometimes they won't even ask, well, what do you think about that? It's like they just want to let it all out. And then whenever you try to talk about something else or your stuff, they bring it back and relate it to them. It's selfish is what it is. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes when a person is dumping on you, another reason that you get so upset or you get so invested in it is because they're telling the story as if they're reliving it. All right, they're bringing back all of those emotions, all of those feelings, and they're imposing it on you. They're giving it to you. Like, wouldn't that make you mad? Or wouldn't that upset you? And an easy way to tell if they're getting into that trauma dumping mode is if, they start to cry or get angry as if the situation is happening in real time. And that's like a exchange of energy. Now you mad. Now you mad and don't know why. Or now you upset and don't know why. Particularly for an empath, because, you know, if someone is crying around you, you kind of, you know, you're soft to that. You take that energy on. And now you bothered. And now your day is like, I wasn't ready for that, you know. So you just have to be careful on who you let dump their stuff on you, you know. And I'm not saying don't be a good friend. You know, friends go through ups and downs. Friends go through moments. You know, everybody has their moment. Everybody's going to have their moment when they're up. Everybody's going to have their moment when they're down. Or moments when they're up and when they're down, unfortunately. And I'm not saying don't listen to your friends. I'm not saying that. Please don't take it in that way. I'm not saying don't help your friends. I'm not saying don't be a listening ear to your friends. I'm not saying that. Not saying that. What I'm saying is the person can't be a friend in the first place if your only relationship with them is you being the listener and them being the talker. And it's always all about them and what they have going on. And it's never a concern about you. I just want to stress that. That is what I'm saying. So please don't get it twisted. Be a good friend. But what I'm saying is, if the relationship is a trauma dumping experience, then you're going to see that your role, basically what I'm saying is know your role. If it's a trauma dumping experience, your role in that relationship is just going to be the listener. And you're not that. Okay? If that's what they want to do, if what they want to do is trauma dump, let them get a therapist. All right? Lead them to a life coach. We are the trained people who can listen to this stuff. We are the trained folks who can help them through this stuff. Don't let anyone trauma dump on you and you're not ready to receive that. You're not equipped to handle that, because it's going to tear you down. That's what it's going to do. It's going to kill your vibe. All right? So, quick message for today. Thank you for listening. Tune into my channel for more tips. And thank you. Please subscribe. Follow and subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.